Hey guys, James Lee here again with another mukbang. Today I will be eating a home cooked meal that comprises of ribeye steak, some baked chicken, some giant shrimp, and some roasted garlic and macaroni and cheese that I made. And then I also made a dipping sauce for the shrimp. So probably should have given you a... So that's the ribeye steak right there. And then right next to it is the chicken. And then we have the macaroni and cheese that I made from scratch. And then there's these giant shrimp that I'll probably hold up to you guys later. And then some roasted garlic. And then this is my mom's infamous garlic mayo recipe. It's just garlic, mayo, and crushed pepper. It's one of my favorite things to eat with seafood. So let's get started. I had to wear a hat today. I wasn't intending to, but my hair was just all over the place. And the last time I wore a hat, I didn't really like it because it kept casting a shadow. So occasionally I'll be doing this so that you can see my face as I'm eating. So let's dig in. I'll cut into the steak. So this is a ribeye steak that I just cooked a little bit ago. So there, it's focusing. So I like it glistening like that. That's actually some of the butter that I finished it off with. And I prefer my steak cooked medium rare. So this came out perfect. I get lucky every time. I love ribeye steak because there's that, it's very marbly. And so every few bites you get that fat that's rendered in the hot pan, and that's just really good. So let's get into the shrimp here. So let me show you how big one of these suckers are. It's pretty large, huh? So the way I normally eat these is I just twist it a little bit. If it grosses you out, I'm sorry, but I like to suck on the head. I have a trash bag right there off camera so you guys don't have to see my discard pile. And then I just rip off the tail and then I just peel it like so. When you do this enough times, it's pretty quick. And so here's the shrimp. And then I'm gonna dip it in my garlic mayo-y sauce. I'm pretty generous with the amount that I dip. Very good. All right, let's get into this chicken. There's a lot of stuff going on today. Normally, I only have one protein on my plate. Tonight I have 3, so it's quite excessive. Well, it looks like I cut into it the wrong way, but well, you can kind of see, probably not as appetizing, but there is a nice crust that formed from the Italian breadcrumbs that I used. I'm tempted to probably use my chicken in this garlic mayo because I don't want to waste any of that. And as if it didn't have enough garlic, I mentioned I roasted some more garlic here, so you just kind of use, I'm gonna get my hands dirty today anyways. You just throw it in the toaster oven and it's kind of glistening, but I just drizzled it with a little olive oil and salt and pepper. And it comes out so smooth and silky. Probably could have stuck it in there for a little bit longer, but everything else was ready to go. All right, so now that the show and tell part's over, I can just focus on eating. Oh. Mm. I was about to do this. One of my friends called me out for always doing that, but my glasses slip throughout the day, so I have to always readjust it. I've been actually cooking quite a bit lately. I've had family in town, and so that's why I had these two already. And the steak was actually left over from a previous dinner, but I forgot what we had eaten that day, but we were stuffed already, and so good stuff. It's actually been like almost a week since I've made a video. Didn't realize how antsy I would get, but it's starting to become very regular for me to want to do it. And so I'm actually pretty happy that I found some time to squeeze in for today. Doesn't look appetizing, so another shrimp. And I was actually doing a Facebook Live right before this, and I mentioned that garlic mayo sauce, you can use it on sandwiches. So even if you don't finish it for whatever you're eating it for, like with shrimp, it's really bomb with any sandwich, really, if you like that garlic flavor. Mm. Alright, I'm gonna do it. No shame. You're wondering on Tuesday I have less guilt about eating, just because Tuesday is one of my regular gym days. So I throw caution to the wind and just eat whatever I want. Tempted to say this probably is the most food I've eaten in one sitting, at least for a mukbang. I've eaten way more, it's just I've never recorded myself eating as much, so I'm slowly making progress, I think. I think I did a good job on the steak. Quite proud of myself, actually. So it's kind of funny, about 5 years ago, I'd gone on a diet called Dukan Diet. And if you guys know me, that wasn't something I was super thrilled about, but I did see results, and it's pretty much like an Atkins diet. It's very high in protein, little to no carbs, no sugar, and I did lose a significant amount of weight. And this kind of reminds me of it, I guess, except without probably the mayo and the macaroni and cheese. But there would be a lot of meals that were focused on shrimp, chicken, not so much ribeye because there was more fat in it, so there was like more lean meats. But long story short, it wasn't sustainable. Kind of grew my chin back, but I feel like this is a little bit healthier than when I was at my lowest weight. I love food too much to give it all up. Mm-hmm. I think I'll be ready for bed after this. It's pretty food coma inducing. I ran out of water. Oh well. Ooh, look at that. I think the inside cooked a little. You can't really tell right now. Oh, the inside cooked a little bit more, but the edges are still nice and medium rare, which is perfect. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing a Monopoly inspired shirt. So recently we hosted a party and it was Monopoly themed, so this is why I got this shirt. But I always liked Monopoly as a kid, but as I grew up, I realized me and my sister and brother had probably been playing it wrong the entire time. There wasn't so much trading and auctions were not part of our style of play. It makes a huge difference when you read the rules. But yeah, it was a fun party. Things were all Monopoly themed. You didn't necessarily need to know Monopoly to enjoy all of the games that were planned. It was super fun. Yeah, many years ago, I went to a charity fundraiser and they were hosting a Monopoly tournament. I think I got knocked out the first round, but people were really serious about their Monopoly. But that was fun. A lot of fond memories of Monopoly. I think one time in Vegas, I was waiting for this place that had only like 10 seats in the restaurant, and to kill time because we were already waiting in line, there was a slot machine that was right there and it happened to be Monopoly, and I put in like, I don't know, $5, $10, and ended up hitting probably close to $200 because then the bonus games happened and then everything went crazy. And I just read in my feed today that someone on a $3 bet, I think they're from Hawaii, at the win they hit like a 10.8 million jackpot at the win. I was like, that's crazy. Like I can't imagine winning that sum of money, let alone like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure those people that came from Hawaii weren't intending to like go there to gamble. I think it was just more like, oh, let's just play, and then they hit it big, which is amazing. I have a lot of friends who don't really care for crawfish because it takes a lot more work than shrimp. So when we go to those places that do those Cajun boil things, it seems like more people get shrimp anyways. I don't really have a preference, but I do. Overall, I enjoy the taste of shrimp more anyways. So kind of reminds me. I think that should be a future mukbang, is just get an order of like, I don't know how many pounds, but just have it at home, lay out some newspaper, make my own sauce. That would be a good video. feel like I need to do Popeyes or KFC very soon because that seems to be very popular. But I have to be in the right mindset to crave. Not that I don't like fried chicken, but I have to crave fried chicken to actually want to eat a lot of it. Dare I put this ribeye steak in this garlic mayo? I think that might be a little too over the board. The steak's already very flavorful without anything. Squeeze out one of these garlic. This doesn't get old. The bites get progressively tastier as I go on. I was gonna toast up some bread, but I'm glad I didn't. That would have been too much. Don't judge. I'm gonna save a teeny little bit of steak for my doggy. So set that aside. He's actually under the table right now, waiting patiently. I don't know if this is just mukbang related or I've always had this habit, but I've noticed I've been humming a lot as I'm eating. I just caught myself doing it right now. I'm like, I don't remember doing that before. I don't know if I'm trying to like fill up time when I'm not saying anything or if I'm really just enjoying the food so much. That's the other thing. I think one of my last videos, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to look here, which doesn't look like I'm supposed to, or here. I think I'm supposed to look here. It's on like kind of like a selfie mode, so I can kind of see myself in the corner of my eye. But I think I'm supposed to look like directly at the lens. So it kind of looked like I was cross-eyed in my last video. Sorry about that. Decided to make my shrimp my final bite. There's a lot of strategy behind what to make your final bite. I don't know about you, but I think it stemmed ever since I was in elementary school. And you get those tray lunches and you have to decide like, okay, what am I gonna save for last? That one had like a almost charred piece of fat, so it was really crunchy. You know, I wouldn't mind eating some of the cafeteria food growing up. One of my favorites was, didn't look good now that I think about it, but it was like this kind of like pot pie filling, but it was called roast turkey and gravy. They served with a side of mashed potatoes. And they always served it around November, and then every other month, like towards it. I felt like it was always towards the end of the month, like it was a treat or something. Those were good. My friends and I still talk about those taco snack burritos, the ones in the blue packages. And the burrito itself is supposed to be like a white tortilla, but because so much oil has seeped out from the meat and the sauce, it turns orange. Those are good. That should be the last piece of garlic I eat. Oh, I lied. There's another piece here. Cannot go to waste. All right, shrimp. Last thing I will eat. That's the thing with shrimp. It's like I feel like it's one of those foods that kind of like chips. You don't think about it. Maybe it's for normal people. Maybe they think about it, but with shrimp, I could eat and eat and eat it without really thinking about how much I've eaten. But you probably don't want to see all this still hanging around on my plate. All right, here goes last bite. I made the right choice. That was a good last bite. Well, so that was a lot of protein. Probably need some fiber for my next meal. But thank you guys so much for joining me for my mukbang. Again, if you really like this video, make sure you take some time to like it. Comment, ask me questions, make suggestions, and especially if you can, subscribe. I'm really happy that I've reached 50 subscribers in about 2-3 weeks, and I hope to be able to make more videos for you guys in the near future. All right, good night. I mean, the first couple of times, he smells the salmon.